Guys, alright, so I'm back with another video. Um, I wanted to speak about anxiety and depression while I'm in the wake of it. Um, the reason I might look so down is because I just had like a anxiety attack, and I felt like I could not breathe. And when I feel like I cannot breathe, I begin to cry. It was really scary because I felt it coming on. I was on the phone and I was talking to someone, and I just felt it like coming on. They were talking to me, and it's like they were asking me questions that I knew they wanted to answer for and what's not. And I just felt really sick. Like I couldn't. Hold on a minute. I just felt really. What was I saying? I felt really sick because I just didn't feel good. So while I was on the phone, I was doing these grounding techniques, like just look at something for this amount of time, identify 3 things, do this, do that, and nothing was helping. I just felt really sick. Like honestly, I could not breathe. So I eventually ended the phone call, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I figured I was good. I just felt like, the situation that was being spoken about was making me like this anxious. So I was like, I'm good now. Like I can just relax. But I was wrong because suddenly I just started to not be able to breathe more. My throat felt like it was closing up, and my chest was hurting me really bad. And I haven't had an anxiety attack in years, so it scared me. But wait one sec. Right, so I haven't had an anxiety attack in years, so it scared me. Basically, I don't want to get into it, but the gist of it is that something really important to me was happening for me today. Like, I got emails confirming a lot of stuff, so I decided to call the place that would have sent the email. And while speaking, like, I would have given the person the tracking number for my document, and they would have seen that in the system it had like a discrepancy. So they said that maybe the discrepancy could actually be on the document that's important to me. So I was like, okay. And for me, if there's anyone watching this who suffers with anxiety, there's never anything gray. There's always black or white. It's either it's perfect or it's flawed. It is good or it's bad. It's correct or it's not correct. As in, like, if I say something and I get 90% of the information correct, but there's this 10%, the 10% that's wrong worries me, and in my mind I just see it as it's wrong. It is not correct anyway. I just see it as wrong. And this is the part of anxiety that makes me the most frustrated, because it's like people would just look at a situation and be like, why you getting out like that? Like, it's not a big deal, or like just chill, or and it's just really hard for me to hear that, because in my mind in that moment it's not okay, it's not alright, and I need to fix it now, and I need to deal with it now. So if I can't deal with it now, then it's not correct and it's not right. Right. So it's not correct and it's not right. So yeah. Right. So for me, it's like I was talking about my feelings, like because um, I'm not the type of person who believes that the world revolves around me. So for someone that does not understand it and they ask me a question, I would try to, you know, give an answer to them and try to help them to understand, or try to help them understand how I feel, or explain the situation to them. Sorry, it's just that I saw a paper like this, and the document that's a part of it for it is a paper like that. So I was like, why is the paper down there? That just almost made me freak out again too. But it's like they're talking to me, and this is the thing about anxiety that a lot of people do not understand, and I find that I'm still coming up with a way to deal with this part and not offend people, because someone will be talking to me in a really, and it happens in tense conversations, like a conversation where it's like tense, or maybe it's like I'm feeling like the question is invalidating my feelings. So for me, like I felt like I could not breathe or I could not speak, and then it was like I just needed, right, like I just needed to catch my breath. And the reason why I'm making this video right now is not for sympathy, it's to show exactly in the wake of like an episode of you feeling anxious or depressed, how it is, how it looks. Because many times in public, that is something that upsets me or makes me anxious, I can't show it, and it's that you cannot breathe. Like, I do not know how to stress this to people, and I almost honestly forgot. And as someone who suffers with anxiety, I almost forgot, like I actually forgot how it feels to have an anxiety attack. It is not a good feeling. Everything from your throat here, your jaw, to like your throat, to like your chest, and to the pit of your stomach does not feel good at all. You feel like you want to vomit, you feel you can't breathe. Sometimes even projectile vomit may, like, I don't know if anyone's ever experienced this, but it may like come up into your throat, and like you could taste the acid or the like sourness from the vomit or whatever it is that's coming up there, and it's like stuck there. The more you try to not like entertain it, and it hurts. And for me, I just keep pausing this video. You realize that I paused the video because I'm trying to get myself together, because I just feel sick speaking about this situation. But it's like people just make assumptions about how you feel and assume, like, that's just you. You're just annoyed. You're just upset. And it's like, I'm not upset. They just tell them you're not upset. It's like, so why are you acting like that? And it's like, you just don't get it. And for me, that's the worst part of like of anxiety. When someone that you would have spoken to should at least get it, like, and they don't get it, and they are talking to you, helps you to see that they don't get it, and you just feel the need not to speak to them about anything. At least for that point in time, it's like it just honestly makes no sense. But then, like, the rational part of you is supposed to say, no, don't be like that. Let them understand, help them to understand. They're not going to understand if you don't tell them. But the next part of you is like, but I feel like I have been going through this, or I feel like I'm the type of person that if someone has something, I'm going to read about it. I might not read about every single aspect of it in a day, but I will become an avid reader of it. Like, there are many disorders that I've learned about this year alone through being friends with people, and I'm like, well, what's that? I'm like, oh, let me go and research it. Like, I didn't even know about Marfan syndrome, but someone that was close to me had it, and they went and look it up. I went and read about it. I went and look at various things that could happen because of it. Like, spend a day for the however you pronounce it. Like, those things, I was like, oh, I never heard of these things. Let me go and do more research on it, even if I know about something, but I haven't done research because I figure, like, it would never affect me. I have done research because I've come into contact with people who have these things, and it's because I want to understand them. So sometimes I feel like the same courtesy I met out to people, they don't met out to me to go out and at least read about it or see, like, okay, well, if this person acts this particular way, if my loved one is someone that I truly love act this way, then okay, I'm gonna be able to say, all right, well, maybe that's part of how it manifests itself, and I'm not gonna ask ridiculous questions. But off of that, it's like the worst part about anxiety is when people do not understand, especially people that are close to you. If it's a stranger, then you can deal with it because you understand. Okay, this stranger probably doesn't even know about this. But if you're speaking to someone that you know is supposed to be close to you, like, come on, like, why would you ask me that? And then the rational part of me, and knowing that the world does not revolve around me, is like, okay, cut some leeway, give them some leeway. Understand that they probably don't get it. But that was a trigger today. Like, it was a really bad feeling. Um, I don't want it to happen again. I'm actually more anxious, more afraid, because it felt like my chest was shutting down. It felt like the house was like caving in. It felt like I did not have air to breathe. Like, there was suddenly like no air in the room. Not so good. But when I feel this way, I like to share like what I do, what I listen to. I journal. I actually journal how I feel, because as I say, I really do feel like how I feel when I share that scripture where no outsider can know the bitterness in your heart sometimes. I really do feel like nobody fully gets it. But as I say, you can still talk to people. Do not ever come to the conclusion that you cannot talk to someone because they don't get it fully. Um, just this is my rational mind speaking. In my mind full of anxiety, I will cut you off and I'll be like, you just don't get it, whatever. But my rational mind and me trying to be mature, I always have to come back and say, this person probably does not get it, and you need to explain to them so that they will understand more. So you cannot be unreasonable, you have to explain to them. But a part of me doesn't, because I feel like you should just know. That's the part that hurts me, is that you should just know. But I'm wrong for that, and I know that. So what I do is I journal. I listen to music. One of my favorite songs that really helped me with this is Landslide by All Wonder. It reassures me that, things are gonna get better. I sleep, and I know it's wrong, but one of the ways to make me feel really, really good is not to go anywhere. I don't want to leave the house and I feel anxious, because when I'm out in public, it makes it harder for me to experience attacks. And this is years ago, but now that I realize that maybe it's possible of striking up, it makes it really difficult for me to want to leave home, because if I do have one in public, people will just be looking at me like I'm weird, or be thinking that I'm dying and be crowding me, and I don't want that, because crowding me doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel more anxious, because it just makes me feel more anxious, and it doesn't help. And it also brings on a physical pain, like a really, not like a big stomach ache, but you always feel like an ache in your stomach. And then going out makes me anxious because I get really afraid. Yeah, and I always am just afraid, like constant fear. But I hope that me making this video was able to help somebody who has anxiety, or maybe someone who has a loved one that has anxiety, to see what it looks like, and not to mislabel it as something different, but help them to cope. So that is it for today, and bye bye.